out the bloodline. I'm out of Smackdown. I'm out of WWE. Deuces.
The aftermath of Jey Uso's shocking retirement, following the brutal attack orchestrated by Solo Sikoa, has left ripples throughout the WWE universe. As Jey made his emotional exit, fans were left with a pressing question: would there be consequences for Solo Sikoa's ruthless actions? Betraying a family member in such a vicious way isn't just a breach of trust, it's a violation of the core values that the bloodline stood for. Enter Triple H, WWE's chief content officer, a man known for making hard, sometimes controversial, decisions when the moment demands it. In a move that shook the WWE to its core, Triple H decided to fire Solo Sikoa after carefully assessing the damage caused by Solo's assault on Jey. Triple H took swift action, sending shockwaves through the bloodline and the WWE universe alike. The decision was about more than one event. It was a message to the locker room: no one, not even the bloodline, is above accountability. The decision to fire Solo Sikoa didn't come lightly. Triple H, known for his deep understanding of family dynamics in wrestling, understood the weight of his choice. Sources claim that a private meeting took place between Triple H and Solo after Jey Uso's retirement rocked the WWE. Solo attempted to justify his actions, arguing that his loyalty to Roman Reigns and the bloodline's quest for dominance required his ruthless approach. But Triple H wasn't buying it. The attack wasn't just business, it was personal. It crossed a line that WWE couldn't ignore. Triple H reportedly outlined the consequences of Solo's betrayal. The assault didn't just affect Jey. It shook the locker room, a place where unity and respect are paramount. The Usos, as a cornerstone of WWE, have always commanded respect. Jey's sudden exit had left a gaping hole, and Solo's betrayal fractured the trust that held the bloodline together. As a leader, Triple H knew that the company could not let this pass without consequence, and he made it clear to Solo he was fired. With that decision, WWE lost one of its most intimidating forces, and the bloodline, once considered an unstoppable faction, was thrown into turmoil. The news of Solo Sikoa's firing hit Roman Reigns hard. For months, Roman had relied on Solo as his enforcer, his right hand in keeping challengers at bay. Solo wasn't just a cousin to Roman, he was a critical piece of Roman's strategy to maintain his iron grip over WWE. Losing both Jey to retirement and Solo to this shocking firing left the bloodline in shambles. Roman was reportedly furious, immediately demanding a meeting with Triple H to discuss Solo's dismissal. The tribal chief, known for his strategic mind and careful planning, had accounted for every scenario except this one. Losing Solo Sikoa threatened to destabilize the foundation of the bloodline, and Roman wasn't ready to let that happen without a fight. Despite his objections, Triple H stood firm, unwilling to reverse his decision, leaving Roman to face the consequences of Solo's actions. This development has strained the relationship between Roman and WWE management. Roman, who once controlled WWE's most dominant faction, is now left to grapple with the fallout, uncertain of how to regain control of his empire without Solo by his side. Solo Sikoa's firing sent shockwaves through WWE's locker room. The bloodline, once feared and revered, now appeared vulnerable. With Jey gone and Solo fired, WWE's most dominant faction was suddenly on shaky ground. Several superstars spoke out about Triple H's decision. Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens, both of whom had been on the receiving end of the bloodline's dominance, publicly supported Solo's firing. Rollins, in a recent interview, said, "It's about time someone put a stop to the bloodline's reign of terror. Jey didn't deserve what happened to him, and I think Triple H made the right call." However, others expressed concern about the fallout. With the bloodline weakened, many feared Roman's potential retaliation, knowing how far the tribal chief is willing to go to maintain power. The uncertainty surrounding Roman's next move has created a tense atmosphere, leaving everyone wondering what chaos could follow. Solo Sikoa's future remains unclear. His firing has left WWE fans and insiders speculating about what comes next for the powerful superstar. Will Solo find his way back to WWE, or has his journey in the company ended for good? Some believe that Solo's firing may be temporary and that he could make a dramatic return. In the world of professional wrestling, nothing is ever truly final. Solo's absence leaves a void in WWE, and many are already imagining his potential redemption arc, where he returns with a vengeance. But for now, Solo's future is in limbo. His betrayal fractured the bloodline, and his firing has left him without a place in WWE. Whether he seeks redemption in the company or looks elsewhere for new opportunities remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, Solo Sikoa's story is far from over. As the dust settles on Jey Uso's retirement and Solo Sikoa's firing, it's clear that the bloodline is in disarray. The once dominant faction is now on the brink of collapse. Roman Reigns is struggling to maintain control, and the remaining members facing an uncertain future. Triple H's decision to fire Solo sent a clear message: no one is untouchable. The consequences of Solo's actions will reverberate throughout WWE for a long time, and the fans are left wondering what's next for Roman and the remnants of the bloodline. The WWE Universe is watching closely, waiting to see how Roman Reigns will respond to this crisis. Can the tribal chief rebuild his empire without Solo Sikoa? Or is this the beginning of the end for Roman's reign of dominance? As for Jey Uso, his retirement marks the end of an era, but his legacy will live on. His betrayal and the aftermath have set the stage for one of WWE's most dramatic periods. The bloodline may be broken, but the pieces are still there, waiting for someone to pick them up, and with it, a new chapter of chaos and unpredictability is bound to begin.